everyone. We're going to call to order the February 10th, 2020 Contract Administration Board meeting. In attendance is Chairman of the Albany County Legislature, Andrew Joyce. I am Daniel Lynch, the Deputy County Executive, and absent is County Clerk Bruce Hidley. At this time, I'm going to turn over the proceedings to Mr. Thalen, our Commissioner of Department of Management and Budget, for the call.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll try to run through this pretty quick. It's not a big agenda, so we should be able to get through it. The first action up for approval here will be the approval of the previous minutes. If anybody has any changes or anything they'd like to recommend on here, you're willing to do so. And if not, I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. All right. Up first is contract number 5316. The action is new from the Department 3150 Correctional Facilities. The vendor is BPI Mechanical. The scope is replace and install 3 hot water tanks and replaced heating coil. The estimated term upon completion, which we will probably request to change to 3 months, and the estimated turn is a $37,090. I open the floor for comments and questions.
Hi,
Hello.
Tina Simmons with the Albany County Correctional Facility. This is to replace 3 hot water tanks that are located in the laundry unit that serves the purpose for our east side. The purchasing department issued a bid. BPI was the lowest vendor to submit a quote. Also, there is a heating coil listed as well. They combined when they did the bid, and BPI also was the lowest one to submit the bid for that. The heating coil is for one of the buildings. So total cost was $37,000.
If there are any comments or questions or a motion,
Make a motion.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. Up next, contract number 5413. The action is new. The department is the correctional facility at 3150. The vendor, BPI Mechanical Services. Scope of service, remove it and replace 1 heating DA tank located in boiler house. The estimated term upon completion, which we would change to 3 months, at an estimated amount of $78,540. I open the floor for comments and questions.
This is a heating tank, a much larger heating tank from the first request for the boiler house. We had an emergency in 2019, which we found with one of the tanks. There's 2 tanks located in there, and one of the tanks was needed an emergency repair, and we found that the second tank needed one as well, but we had to wait for funding, which is why we're doing it in 2020. BPI was the lowest vendor to submit a bid as well.
Does the board have any comments or questions? If not, take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. Next is contract 5416. The action is new. The department is 3020 Emergency Telephone, E911. The vendor is Mission Control Partners. Scope of services is vendor will provide technical support service and on-site computer-aided dispatch network support for our E911 program. The estimated term is 1/1/20 through 12/31 of 20. The estimated amount is $62,200, and I open the floor for comments and questions.
Any questions? This is for our shared county CDPS network. This supports the 911 system, our CAD system, mobile, and RMS, as well as all our training environments. They help prevent network monitoring, or help watch the network and cybersecurity.
Board have any questions or comments?
Have you done any business with this vendor in the past?
Yeah, they're done through, typically we've used them in the past through TriTech, which is now Central Square, the CAD vendor, but we're going direct with them this year outside of that. So
Reliable?
we've used them for the life of the system, but we're just going direct with them now, not going through a third party, through the CAD vendor.
Questions or comments? If not, I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. Next up is contract number 5317. The contract action is new. From the Department A1540 Board of Elections. The vendor is Knowink LLC. All right. The scope of services for electronic poll books which are necessary component of implementing the newly enacted election reforms in New York State. We acquired an additional 50 poll pads to meet the needs of our election operations. Knowing provides the stand, carrying case, and software for our electronic poll books. The estimated term is 1 year, and the estimated amount is $35,750. I open the floor for comments and questions.
You did a good job. So essentially, this is just for, we're seeking approval for 50 additional software licensing agreements, including the storage and carrying case for, and the equipment that comes with it, the stylus pens and the stand and the holder for electronic poll books. We had to purchase an additional 50 electronic poll books, which we did so through Verizon because it was significantly cheaper than purchasing it through Knowing. But because Knowing is sole source and they are the ones who administer our software, we have to purchase these separately, 50 additional software licenses from them, including the stands and the holders. So we are seeking approval for that.
Does the board have any questions or comments? If not, I could take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. Next up is contract number 5332. The action is new. The department is A4310 Mental Health. The vendor, DePaula Ford LLC. Scope of services to purchase a 2019 Ford customized van, 2019 T250. The RFP number attached is 2019-147, and the funding for the purchase comes from a New York State opioid grant. The van is to be used by the Albany County Department of Mental Health staff to perform community outreach. The estimated term is February 1st, 2020 through April 30th, 2020, and the amount is $68,915. Open the floor for comments and questions.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon, gentlemen. That was pretty comprehensively stated. This is part of a 100% funded state grant that's going to allow us to do community outreach, overdose survivor outreach, and general service to communities that are normally not served, like the rural areas of Albany County.
The board have any other questions or comments?
So it just looks like a lot of thought went into outfitting it, and
Yes, there is some precedent in neighboring counties, so this vendor actually had done that in some other counties, so we'll have the ability to do treatment in the van if we had to. There's chairs, the ability to hook up computers and telemedicine kinds of things, so we could go into a rural area and actually have a clinical session with someone or transport them into town to come to our clinic. So yeah, it was a thoughtful redesign of the van.
so this is probably the only asset of its kind we have in the county, right?
This will be our first like this, yes.
Great, great work.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? If not, I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you.
Next up is contract 5344. The action is new. The department is A1432 Human Resources. The vendor, PMA Management Corporation. Scope of services, the PMA is a third-party administration of workers' compensation, and their scope is to include medical bill review, claim handling, and case management. The estimated term is 3/1/2020 through 10/31/2020, and the estimated amount is $97,950. I open the floor for comments and questions.
This is a temporary contract to replace our contract with UMR, which notified us that they are terminating our services. With them, we are going to be going out to an RFP for the permanent administration of our TPA contract.
Does the board have any other questions or comments?
That was a sudden withdrawal of the previous vendor, correct?
Yes, we had 30 days notice. However, they're going to be extending us to March 1st for the transition.
Thank you.
Any indication why, or?
UMR is not closing, but they are ending TPA services as a whole across the board.
Okay.
Any other questions by the board? If not, I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you.
Next up is contract 5404. The action is new. The department is A2960, service for physically handicapped. The vendor, James McGinnis and Associates. Scope of service, training, support, and consulting for a preschool software program for the submission of payment claims for related service providers and to collect Medicaid reimbursement from New York State Department of Health. Estimated term is April 1st for 1/2020 through March 31st, 2021. The estimated amount is $21,000. May I open the floor for comments and questions?
Thank you. So James McGinnis and his associates have been providing this service to us for the past 10 years. It really does provide the checks and balances that we can ensure that we are billing Medicaid properly. He is a sole source provider because he generated these software programs.
Board have any comments or questions? If not, I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. All right, up next is contract 5405. The action is new. Department A6119, Children, Youth, and Families. The vendor, St. Anne's Institute. Scope of service, provision of specialized independent living skill services as per the Chaffee Act for 15 to 20 slots at a monthly cost of $2,500 and a total contract amount not to exceed $30,000. The estimated term is 4/1/2020 through 3/31/2021. And I open the floor for comments and questions.
Thank you. The Chaffee Act was established in 1999, and this is for our foster care children who are aging out. So we start services at 17 and a half and can provide them up to age 21 with the goal of really improving their workability, getting education, whatever their goal is. Because when they're leaving foster care, they often don't have family supports and resources. So this program has been successful in having better outcomes for these youth, making them employable or going to college to get an education. And issues such as housing or mental health are also addressed.
Does the board have any other comments or questions?
I'll just comment that, for the record, the fiscal impact will be separated between both federal, state, and county. Federal being 80%, state being 12%, and the county 8%.
Anything, does the board need anything else or comments? No. If not, I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. All right, next up is contract 5402. The action will be an amendment. The department is D5110, Maintenance Roads Buildings. Vendor is Greenman Purderson Incorporated. This is an amendment to the original contract of $73,000. Supplemental request information is included. The additional cost is $15,026 with an estimated term of 9/28/2019 through 11/22/2019. This will be paid out of bond funding, so county share. And I open the floor for comments and questions.
Sure. Yes, the original contract went over in construction inspection costs because at the time it was an emergency contract and we didn't know the subsurface soil conditions. Once the design engineer got soil borings back, it was determined that piles were needed in order to support the new culvert. The original one was not on piles, and the driving of piles added a considerable amount of time to the construction timeframe. Therefore, we're requesting an additional $15,025.69.
Does the board have any questions or comments?
Is this associated with a specific project?
Yes, it's our County Route 9 emergency culvert repair project,
Okay.
and it is complete. I'm sorry, County Route 6, sorry. Yes,
It's upside down.
thank you. Yeah.
Again, you
We
want
have
to
a
make
lot
sure-
of County Route 9s.
You want to make sure that's right. You don't want to fix Route 6 instead of Route 9.
Yes.
Or vice versa.
Fortunately, it's finished already. We did the right one.
Does the board have any other questions or comments? If not, I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. All right, the next contract, 5321. This is a new contract action for the Department 5110, Maintenance Roads and Buildings. The vendor is Clark Equipment Company, doing business as Bobcat Company. Scope of service, the purchase of one T76 T4 Bobcat compact truck loader from New York State Contract PC 67141. The award number is PGB 22792, and this will be paid through bond HHT 51197. The estimated term is 90 days from March 1st, 2020 through May 31st, 2020. The estimated amount is $75,846, and I'll open the floor for comments and questions.
Yes, this is a purchase, it's a track loader, actually. It's a skid steer. It's designed to, it's going to replace a 2002 Case 580 backhoe that's going to outlive its life. The reason we choose Bobcat, what we have in the past, is we have so many different attachments for this particular machine. We have 3 of these machines. Now, this will be the 3rd machine, and we have, I think, 11 different attachments from plate tampers to post hole diggers, trenchers, all kinds of things. So they're very versatile. And again, the backhoes these days are kind of becoming a thing of the past. This particular backhoe is slated to go in the auction summer of 2020, and we expect to bring around $12,000 in the auction.
Board have any other comments or questions?
It's good that we bought it from an Albany County dealer, too.
It helps.
If there are any more comments or questions, I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. Okay. Next contract is contract number 5322. The action is new. The Department D5110, Maintenance Roads Buildings. The vendor is CNH Industrial America LLC. And this is the scope of service for the purchase of one K650M crawler dozer with 90-inch blade from New York State Contract PC 67265, award 22792, out of bond HHT 55197, excuse me. The estimated term is 90 days from March 1st, 2020 through May 31st, 2020. The estimated amount $93,299. And I open the floor for comments and questions.
This is a bulldozer that we'd like to purchase to replace 2 other bulldozers. We currently have a 1986 Case 850D and a 1981 Cat D6. One is very small, one is very large. The purchase of the new Case would be right in the middle, so we can get rid of both of the older bulldozers and have the new one. The 1986 is going into the auction this summer. Estimated $15,000 sale, and the D6 will be about, we're hoping somewhere around $25,000 for the resale.
Board have any questions or comments? If not, I'll take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. Up next is contract 5330. The action is new. The Department D5110, Maintenance Roads Buildings. The vendor is WebSmart Chevrolet. Scope of service, purchase of 2 2020 Chevrolet Blazers, all-wheel drive, 4-door, 250-liter, 4-cycle. We paid out of bond HHT 55197. The estimated term is 60 days from March 1st, 2020 through April 30th, 2020, for an estimated amount of $58,869. And I'll open the floor for comments and questions.
This purchase would replace the unusable, we have a 2006 Dodge Dakota that has outlived its life, and a 2004 Jeep Liberty, same thing. These 2 would replace those and then use for multi-purpose vehicles.
Does the board have any questions or comments?
Is this off the state contract?
It is. This is Marketplace.
Are there any other questions or comments? I can take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. Right, and that is the end of this agenda. I'll turn it back over to the board for any other business you'd like to do, or?
Thank you, Commissioner. Yep, at this time, the February 10th, 2020 Contract Administration Board meeting is closed. Thank you.